climate change is not just a distant threat, it's a reality that many nations are grappling with right now. Take South Sudan, for instance. This country is caught in a devastating cycle of armed conflict and climate disasters. Floods and droughts have displaced over 2 million people, pushing communities to their limits. With only 55% of the population having access to safe drinking water, the risk of waterborne diseases looms large. Rainfall has decreased by 10 to 20% since the 1970s, crippling agriculture and livestock rearing, the very backbone of their rural economy. Then there's Madagascar, an island nation facing severe droughts that leave over 1.5 million people food insecure. Frequent cyclones and floods wreak havoc, destroying lives and infrastructure. The reliance on subsistence farming makes the population particularly vulnerable to these climate impacts. Afghanistan presents another stark example. Here, 80% of the population depends on farming. Climate change poses a direct threat to food security, as the country faces recurring natural disasters like droughts and landslides that stifle development efforts. Haiti, a small island nation, is also in the crosshairs of climate change. Its geographic location makes it susceptible to hurricanes and floods. Deforestation has led to soil erosion, increasing the risk of landslides, while access to clean water continues to dwindle, exacerbating health crises. The Philippines, known for its natural beauty, is caught between that beauty and climatic catastrophes. With an average of 20 typhoons hitting annually, the intensity of these storms has only increased in recent decades. Rising sea levels threaten low-lying islands, impacting millions and causing billions in economic damages. In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, rising temperatures are expected to increase by 1 to 2.5 degrees Celsius by 2050, disrupting agricultural patterns. The country faces frequent floods and droughts that destroy crops and deplete water resources, while coastal areas grapple with erosion and water scarcity. Pakistan has seen thousands of lives lost and damages exceeding $4 billion due to recurring disasters over the past 2 decades. Unprecedented heat waves have devastated crops, and conflicts over diminishing water resources are escalating, particularly with declining rainfall. Ethiopia is fighting its own battles against climate extremes. Recurring droughts have devastated rural livelihoods, while destructive floods displace communities and destroy farmland. The reliance on agriculture becomes a significant challenge amidst such volatility. Somalia is not exempt either. With over 70% of its population relying on farming and herding, the nation is highly vulnerable to droughts and floods. Environmental degradation, driven by activities like charcoal production, further worsens the impacts of climate change. The result? A growing number of internally displaced people searching for basic resources. These countries serve as a wake-up call for all of us. The urgent need to address climate change cannot be overstated. Without decisive action from nations and the international community, millions will face poverty, hunger, and forced displacement. Global cooperation is essential. We must come together to tackle this challenge that threatens the future of humanity.